Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the eclipse that is happening on the 8th in Taurus. We're just going to jump right in here, Capricorn, and we're going to do kind of like a Celtic cross, kind of like I did for the last one. And we're just going to see what comes up here. You have the Page of Swords and the Moon. Some people do say that the Moon card represents an eclipse. To me, actually, it doesn't. To me, the Eight of Cups is the only card that has an eclipse on it, but you know, it is interesting that it shows up here, and it is a total lunar eclipse, so, you know, also that would kind of make sense. But you start off here with the Page of Swords. Very curious energy is what I'm getting here. You know, the Page of Swords can be the card of, like, lying, cheating, stealing. I mean, not lying, cheating, stealing, spying. And it's funny because I do feel like there could be a person who's, like, watching you or spying on you. I feel like for some of you, you have, like, multiple people that kind of have their eye on you. Now, this could be in love. For others, I would just, you know, if you have like an ex or something like that, I would just be careful. Like, they might have like a new partner or a person in their life. It's weird how I'm seeing this right here. Like, look, you have this emperor, but he's kind of like side-eyeing this direction over here. So I wouldn't be paranoid about this, as I always say. You know, I would just make sure you have your ex blocked, for example, or make sure if they have someone, make sure you have that person blocked, because I don't know, I just get this vibe of someone trying to kind of mess up your day for no reason, and I would just avoid it. And that's only going to be for some of you. For all of you, again, I feel like something needs to be investigated here. And literally, I'm getting the word investigation, but it looks like it's going to lead to money or prosperity. Again, you have the Moon crossing you. The Moon, it's kind of funny because, let's just say this. Going this way, Moon crossing, you have the Page of Swords looking over to the King of Swords here. It's funny because it says to me like you're asking, it's almost like you're asking yourself, am I ready? Or, you know, am I prepared for this journey that is on the Moon card? You know, the Moon is part of the Fool's journey. The Fool has to go all the way down this path to these mountains. And at the back of those mountains, you know, mountains represent achievements in the tarot. So it's almost like you're asking yourself if you're ready to maybe face some fears, or are you ready to see if something is real or a fantasy, right? Sometimes with the Moon, you know, I like the Moon if we're willing to face the darkness, basically, because the Moon can say, you know, anything, like a goal, wish, dream, or even a relationship. You could be saying to yourself, real, fantasy, what is it? But you have to explore it to find out. And I feel like you're asking yourself, am I ready? Even in the area of your thoughts. See, this is telling me that it's kind of like you're doubting yourself here, Capricorn. I'm not calling you out at all, because I think you have the power to be very successful, you know, throughout this eclipse season. And I even think between, you know, again, this set of eclipses, I think, is definitely lasting until the next set of eclipses, which is going to be in April of next year. And what I would say is that I think in the area of your thoughts, you're selling yourself short. Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. It very specifically says you need to focus on your strengths. He even has this bell around his neck. And back in the day, lepers had to wear bells around their necks because, you know, when they were walking down the street, so people knew when they were coming down the street. And so the Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Look at your foundation. Ten of Pentacles. It's like you're thinking Five of Pentacles, but you are actually a Ten of Pentacles. I feel that maybe you need to say that to yourself, right? Maybe that would be a good affirmation for you. I'm a Ten of Pentacles. I have everything. You know, Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life, but I kind of think that you're more of like a quadruple threat with the Ten of Pentacles. It really says, you know, outside of like the things that you want, I think inside of you, it's saying that you are, sorry, I'm choking. It's saying that you are fully integrated. You have everything you need in your life to be successful. I'm almost seeing these 10 pentacles as some skills or, you know, something else that you have. So I feel like you're much more prepared than you realize for like a journey or to face something that you want to face here. Again, in your past, you have the King of Swords. It's kind of interesting because I feel like you were unfairly judged for some of you. You know, this could be in a past relationship. Could be involving an Aries or a water sign. Could also be involving both of those things. Because again, it's weird. It's weird that I'm seeing this as like two people. You know, it's like two people outside of you is what I'm saying. You know, it's almost like they're both watching you. I don't know. Maybe you have two weirdos that are like obsessed with you or something. But what I would say here is I feel like you were unfairly judged, and probably here by this right here, this Emperor. Could have been an Aries. Could also be a water sign. Could be someone born close to the two of them. But This Aries is kind of like, or this Emperor person, could have just been a controlling person as well, is like side-eyeing the Page of Swords, who I think is your energy. So, don't let this person make you feel weak either. It's like you could be feeling weak because of things that have happened to you or experiences that you've had, but I feel like you need to focus on your strength. This is coming up in the near future as well, so I kind of feel like you're ready to take action on something with the Emperor, and I feel like you're ready to move in a new direction. Pretty simple reading because over the next few months, you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups, it can represent exploring your emotions. He's in the middle of the ocean, and he has very deep emotions, but he's not afraid to explore how he feels about things, and that's kind of what I feel here. I also feel that you're about to explore something. There's this boat right here. And the boat on the King of Cups very specifically represents like a time where like our great ancestors would get on boats and they wouldn't know where they were going. Like they would, like before we had maps and all that other stuff, right? They would get on boats and they would have no clue if they were going to run into land. So it kind of represents exploring something where, again, you maybe have some fears because it's like you don't know if you're going to find what you're looking for. But I feel that some of you are about to go on a journey where you don't know necessarily where it's leading, but you're hoping that you find something for, could be anything, love, business, money, spirituality. I would say it's something that you just couldn't live without, as well as what I feel like saying. It's like sometimes I think we want to have an experience, like, I don't really have any good examples, but it's like one of those things where maybe we feel if we didn't have the experience, we'd really be missing out. And I feel this is something that you don't want to miss out on here, Capricorn, this King of Cups energy. So very interesting. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Four of Pentacles. I feel pretty good about this. I feel for those of you, this is all relationships, not just love. I feel like you're kind of feeling supported in your close relationships. What I would also say is I do feel like someone is holding on to you here, Capricorn. So again, you might want to be careful. I do feel it's like a little unhealthy or something. It could be like someone's obsessed with you, can't let you go. It could be two people who are obsessed with you. Again, it kind of gives me the vibes of, I have drama popping up in my head is what I'm going to say. Like maybe someone is with someone else, but it's like they love you and their person is also obsessed with you and also hates you because, your past person can't stop talking about you or something. I don't know. There's like a weird situation popping into my head here. So if you need to block or set boundaries or whatever you got to do, I would definitely do it with this energy. It just feels very weird to me. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Two of Cups. Love it. So perfect match. I do feel if you want love, there is probably a perfect match coming in for you in the future. I feel like the communication with this person is like on point. I feel it's much different than what you've been experiencing. Those are literally the words that are popping into my head. I feel for some of you, it's like maybe you're just used to people making you feel like an option, but I feel like this person's just there. It's like, you want to talk, they're there to talk, plain and simple. So feels much better, much more supportive as well. It's also interesting that I've never noticed this, by the way, but he's like, this person here is almost like reaching out. Have you ever noticed that? Like that hand in between? I never pay attention to that, but it's almost like this person, I feel this is like very supportive. I feel like they're very supportive of you, and I feel like they kind of want to work together and all this other stuff. So definitely a very solid connection. I'm wondering if maybe a past connection, there were ego issues with the Two of Cups as well, and that could be why you're walking away from it. Your outcome is amazing. I can't get it off the table. You have the Nine of Cups. So an amazing outcome, fulfillment, happiness. And it is funny, I just said to someone else that I can't believe how many cards of fulfillment have like shown up in the last position or even like the first position of these readings. It's kind of like one of those things that kind of surprises me about this eclipse energy, because I really didn't expect it to be, so much about personal fulfillment, but it kind of is. So there you go. We're going to clarify this now with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. So with the Page of Swords and the Moon, you have the excitement card. You're very excited about this new journey. Again, if you're going on a new journey, or if you're like, doing something new with that moon, where you have to experience something that is maybe more imaginative, right? That you've just been imagining, but maybe you're investigating it, like I said, and you're becoming more curious, then I feel like you should follow your excitement. I think this is true for everyone. I started saying this about 2 years ago, that I felt like the universe is trying to get people to move more towards their desire. It's like I think our desires are a little bit deeper, and I think that's like the universe saying like, hey, go in this direction. With the Five of Pentacles, You have this bluff card. I'm wondering if you called someone's bluff here, Capricorn. Like maybe you're just done with a person, and I feel like they didn't expect you to walk away. So I definitely feel that energy here. For others, I feel like this is saying call your own bluff, right? It's like do something hard. I feel like you're doing something with your life that maybe you just never expected that you could possibly do. But here's the thing, is if you can imagine it, then it's not impossible, right? As they say. So, we can't imagine the impossible. So if you can think of something, then you can do it. Plain and simple. Call your own bluff here, Capricorn. With that 10 of Pentacles, you have this generosity card. Love it. I feel like you're willing to be, I feel generosity like all the way around. And it's kind of interesting. Again, a lot of people, there's like a charity card in this deck. There's other cards that kind of represent generosity. They've been coming out a lot. So it could just be a very generous time for people. But I also feel that you are being generous with like your skills, your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. At the same time, I feel like you kind of need to use these things for yourself with that 10 of Pentacles. Because again, the 10 of Pentacles, it's kind of popping into my head as like either a skill or, well, really multiple skills that you have that could lead to a lot of success for you. So I feel like these are things inside of you. With the Emperor, you have this ostentation card, show off, ego, energy. So again, wouldn't surprise me if someone was like showing off, if someone had a big ego, if someone was like trying to get all up in your business or whatever the case may be, especially if you know that your person or a person from the past is kind of has a big ego. I would just be careful of that. This is a card of like wanting to show off. So I'd be careful of that energy. I really get like this, like I don't like readings like this, but I really get this like stirring the pot type of energy is what I would call it. So if you're dealing with a past person and they have a person, I feel like they could be trying to cause drama or cause issues between, and I don't even think you're dealing with this person, which is the funny thing. I think this is just a drama queen. And I would just be careful. With the King of Cups, you have this manipulation card. I mean, there you go. For some of you, I'm wondering if like, if this is a person, it could have been someone who was manipulated away from you. I feel like you're done with this situation. But again, maybe your person doesn't believe it. You're calling someone's bluff here, like I said. This is also a good card, though. It's about kind of manipulating the energy. It's a card of manifestation. A card of using your powers of manifestation to get what you want. It's like as above, so below. So make sure to, think positively. Think about the things you want. Can we get more details on that? And you have the Discovery card. Are you kidding? On the King of Cups. There you go. So, like I said, I would be open to discovery. Again, if you have that thought, like that you're going into uncharted territory, which is, again, what that boat means on the King of Cups. It's kind of like going somewhere you've never been before and not knowing if you're going to find land. If you have that kind of intensity, that feeling, then that's the direction I would move in here, Capricorn. With the Four of Pentacles, you have this Rebellion card. I feel like you need to break away from something. You notice how he has, on the Four of Pentacles, he has this city behind him, but he's like kind of like holding on too tightly to the past. I feel like you need to kind of rebel, and this makes perfect sense. I mean, we have Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is all about like rebellion and rebelling and all that other stuff. So if you're thinking about leaving something behind that has been established, and if you're thinking about doing something new, then I would definitely do it. With the Two of Cups, you have this Patience card. I feel like your patience is being rewarded in relationships. I feel, also, it's kind of funny to me that on this card, it kind of reminds me of the Two of Cups because she kind of has like a, whatever you call this, a dress. Or I don't know, I'm at a loss for words. But, whatever that is, a dress, a coat, it kind of looks like the yellow one on the Two of Cups. So I do feel like you've been very patient in love. Can we get more detail on that? And yeah, I feel like you've been very flexible as well, but almost too flexible. Can we get more detail on this, please? You have this Principle card. I feel like you need to stand up for what you believe in, for sure. A lot of people have been getting this. Like, if there are certain principles that you have let people walk all over you in relationships, I almost feel that maybe a past relationship was a test. I also feel this in all other areas of your life. It's like maybe you want to say no to people in business at certain times. I would start learning to say no. I feel like this is saying, like, learn how to, stand up for yourself. Learn how to get the things that you truly desire, because that's the only way to be successful in life, Capricorn. So that's what I would be doing, is making sure people aren't walking all over you. I feel like you're feeling very good in the future. With the Nine of Cups, are you kidding? You have this Acquisition card. Look at this right here. definitely could be true love. This is Sun in Taurus, by the way. The eclipse is in Taurus, so, I think the energy is connected, but you could be attracting, like, your true counterpart. Look at these two, they look equally yoked, as the kids say nowadays, right? They look like they're on the same level. I really feel that if you want love, you could be attracting a person who's on the same level. If for all of you, even if you do want love, but if you don't want love also, I would say that it looks to me, this gives me vibes of like leveling up. I feel you're leveling up to like what you're truly capable of. There's something here about your kind of like skills matching what you're doing in life. Sometimes I think if we're like not doing what we're supposed to be doing, we could be feeling like tired, for example, in work or business. And maybe we think to ourselves, I'm tired, I should be working less. But actually, maybe it's just you should be working different. You should be doing something different. So maybe you're tired because the universe is like saying, no, you need to go start this business or get on the boat with the King of Cups. Can we get a final outcome here? Because not exactly clear. You have the Hangman, the Six of Wands, and the Ten of Wands here. Kind of funny about what I said about being tired, because Ten of Wands says that you're completing a long journey. The Ten of Wands. Is that what I said? I have no clue what I said. But Six of Wands, success, abundance, good things coming in for you. Hangman is the tree of knowledge. He's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom. So he's gaining enlightenment by hanging from that tree there. And I feel like some of you are now enlightened on like where to put your effort. I feel like this should be you right here on the horse. This should not be you right here. Ten of Wands. Again, it's kind of funny because like mentally, I feel like this is you right now. Is like doing more work, thinking, how can I do more? This could be in any area of your life, work, business, relationships, pretty much anything. I think this is how you need to think right here is Six of Wands. Like, and I'm not even saying you might end up working more, right? With the Six of Wands, but I think what the reading is trying to say, and I think what your astrology has been saying to you for a very long time, but maybe it's coming to a head right now, is that you need to be thinking more efficiently, is what I'd say, Capricorn, especially since you had Saturn and Capricorn in 2017. Saturn and Capricorn is like, are you working smarter or harder? Or what, right? I don't know. You're going to have to look into that. But, he's kind of like in receptive mode on this Six of Wands. He's like receiving his victory. He knows that he deserves it. So that's what I feel like you need. But pretty simple, Capricorn. We're going to do 3 cards now. I'm going to answer one question. So if you have a question, feel free to pause the reading. If you don't have a question, that's fine too, because I'm going to just put all 3 together at the end and just do it like a personalish reading. So feel free to pause right now, because I'm going to read these cards right now. You have the Seven of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Star card. So some of you definitely going through heartbreak. We picked up on this over here. This seems like a messed up situation. I feel a stirring the pot situation as well. I don't know. I almost feel like this person tortured you emotionally. So, I would be careful if there's like anyone coming back from the past, especially Aries, Aquarius, water sign. If it's any of those, I would be careful here. Or if your past person is dealing with any of that, right there, I would be careful. It looks like more heartbreak. I feel like you're healing. Star comes up after the Tower, so it's like you're healing from lying, cheating, stealing. I also feel like you need to focus on what you want, which we kind of got with the Six of Wands. I feel it would be perfectly acceptable for you to be a little bit selfish right now. The Star is all about accomplishing something. It's like following your North Star. It's a card of fulfillment, but there's also this bird in the background. And that bird sees like the big picture. I feel like maybe like zooming out on your life, like in kind of really seeing what you want to work on, what you want to do in your life and all that would be very beneficial. I also feel like gaining perspective on a past relationship. Like, I don't know, I just feel it in your reading where it's like you could be very connected to a person. I feel like there's a lot of mystery with this person. I feel like there's a lack of clarity. I feel like you were super patient, but it's like, is the overinvestment like why you were attracted to this person in the first place? Was it real? I'm not saying it wasn't a real connection, but I almost feel this energy of you giving too much or not receiving enough with that Six of Wands for some reason. That's what I'm getting intuitively. So, I kind of feel like this is saying you need to focus on what you want in relationships, and I feel like you need to get it. I also feel like looking at the big picture and saying like, wow, actually this person sucked. They always had Cheeto breath. They refused to work. I don't know. I feel like if you really back up and look at it, they weren't that great. And I feel like that's kind of what you're getting here. What you're getting at is that you deserve better. So, especially if this is a person. For the rest of you, I feel like you need to, again, have something to focus on. It's really probably whatever the moon is, whatever that long journey is. I don't even think it's a long journey. I think you're working towards a goal, wish, or dream. So love it. Very interesting, Capricorn. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.